You want to see something really funny, hilarious? Check this out.
Simple. We are going to win the Super Bowl, and he's trying his hardest. And you prayed on it.
Now that's the kiss of death. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Dingbat here. I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. I had no idea that Dak Prescott was such a good comedian. The guy's hilarious. Oh my gosh, you gotta be kidding me. I find it so funny that Dallas Cowboy fans are always accusing Eagle fans exactly of what they're doing. What do I mean? A few days ago, Colin Cowherd, he said that the Eagles are going to Super Bowl. It's the kiss of death. Meanwhile, the Dallas Cowboys quarterback is writing checks that his team can't catch. Also, is Jalen Hurts insecure? We've got to talk about this. But before we do all that, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled, pause, Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, thank you so much for all the support you give to me. It truly, truly means a lot. It really, really does. Now, all right, Philly, why are we talking about the Dallas Cowboys again? What are we doing? Here is what we're doing. We are bringing truth to the world. We are exposing that satanic star, them chicken sacrificers, for what they are. They always accuse us of what they're really doing. And it's got to be exposed. Did you see how many videos Mark Holmes did the other day about the Eagles? The Eagles had the kiss of death because Colin Cowherd, who doesn't even have anything to do with the Eagles, said that they were going to go to the Super Bowl. Meanwhile, their quarterback's talking about them winning a Super Bowl. To me, that's the kiss of death. That's the delusion of grandeur. Right there. Your own quarterback, it just screwed you. He just, as Mark Holmes said, Philly 500. He's writing checks the Eagles can't cash. I have nothing to do with what the Eagles do. Dak Prescott, he's writing checks the Dallas Cowboys can't cash because the Dallas Cowboys can't win the Super Bowl. They can't get out of the second round of the playoffs. And here's the question. Here's the challenge to Dallas Cowboy fans. Is this going to be the year that you hold your quarterback responsible? Are you going to hold his feet to the fire? How about your coach? Most overrated coach there is in football, Mike McCarthy. Oh, Mike McCarthy's calling plays. Mike McCarthy's calling plays. Forget Pollard. He's going to throw the ball 50 times a game. He stinks. He had Aaron Rodgers. Should have won 3 Super Bowls with him. I think Mike McCarthy is overrated. Highly overrated. And now you have him calling plays? Good luck with that. I got to tell you. I want to know, is Mark Holmes, a challenge to him, are you going to hold your quarterback responsible? Are you going to say, when he loses again and can't get out of the second round of playoffs, if he even gets to the second round of playoffs, are you going to say, Dak Prescott can't win the big game? He can't win the big game. He's proven it. He can't. It's only been 8 years, 9 years, whatever it is. I'm losing count, all right? But are you ready to say it? Because they haven't said it yet. If Dak Prescott played in Philly after 4 years, at the most, people would be calling and saying, we got to get a new quarterback. He can't win the big game. Cowboys, 8, 9 years, Mark Holmes still making excuses. They're still making excuses. And why am I talking about this? Because every day they do a video talking about me saying something good about my team. At least my team gets the Super Bowl. At least my team has won it in the last 10 years. At least we were there. We've been there twice in the last 6 years. We got to finish what we got. We have stuff to finish. There's no doubt. We have left a lot of crumbs on the field. We're going to go back and we're going to finish the job this year. But come on. You talk about the Eagles, as the Eagle fans that. You got your quarterback saying stuff. You have a team that can't win with that coach. You have a team that shows that they can't win the big game with that quarterback, and you don't hold them responsible. But Jalen Hurts, he has one play that actually should have been a penalty if you really look at it, where he fumbles, and they act like he choked the Super Bowl away, even though he played great. He played great, and they had a 10-point lead after that fumble. I'm so sick of the bullcrap lying. Stop lying. Okay, the Eagles are here right now. Cowboys are here. It's not the 90s, 90s are over. I will say this, though. I will say this about the Cowboys and the Eagles. I do think it is a two-team race, right? I do. Giants, they've been invisible. When's the last time the Giants won the division? 2011? 2011? I mean, 8 out of the last 10 division titles have been either the Eagles or the Cowboys. So do you know this is a two-team race, right? Last year, Eagles win a division. Year before that, Cowboys. Then you have Washington, which the Eagles gave it to them. Then it's Eagles, then Cowboys, then Eagles, then Cowboys. The Eagles and Cowboys have won 8 out of the last 10 divisions in 10 years. That means that Washington and the Giants are non-existent. Do you think, Giant fans, do you think that maybe your team can put something competitive? I don't even know what to expect from the Giants. Like, I know that they had a rebound year. It looked good, but I don't know what Daniel Jones is. I don't know that he can be consistent. I don't know how Saquon Barkley is going to feel. He's not getting his contract. Is he going to skip camp, or is he going to be there for camp? I have no idea. I would not be surprised if the Giants take a couple steps back. And Washington, we talked about scripted games. We talked about things being fixed. Well, if Washington wins the Super Bowl in the next 3 years, then I totally agree that that the outcomes are predetermined and picked. Because Washington destroyed everything they had in terms of a franchise. They've destroyed their name. They've destroyed their legacy. They've destroyed everything. And now they're the Washington Commanders. And if the NFL wants them to rebuild it, they need them to win with that name under that umbrella. So we're going to find out if the league's scripted or not. Because Washington, that was once considered one of the great winning franchises, is now a bunch of losers that totally has destroyed everything they had. So we'll find out if it's scripted or if it's not scripted, okay? Because if Washington wins in the next 3 years, especially with the quarterback they have, I don't believe in that kid. We don't even know we have no idea what he's going to be. But it would be nice to see Washington and the Giants, actually show up and make the division competitive. Why don't you do something? Do something, Giants. Cowboy fans should do something too. Cowboys should do something. Their fans, they could be delusional. That's what they are. That's what they do. I get it. But, dude, you got to get out of the second round of playoffs, please. Now, speaking of delusional, I know a lot of people are up in arms today about Marcus Hayes and his comments on Jalen Hurts. But we got to talk about it because I'm not sure exactly if he had the right choice of words of what he was trying to say or not. But this is what he said. Inquires Mark Hayes on Jalen Hurts. Quote, he's probably the most insecure athlete in Philly who uses the insecurity of his to his advantage. I think he knows what his physical limitations are and always have been. And that's one reason he works so hard to optimize every bit of ability he has. And that came from Jacob Sports. I guess he was on Jacob Sports. Shout out to them. And a lot of people are talking about this. A lot of people are upset about this, saying, what do you mean he's insecure? I think it's a bad choice of words. Because I think I understand what he's trying to say, but I think to say insecure is a bad choice of words. I don't think Jalen Hurts is insecure at all. I think Jalen Hurts is very confident in himself, very, very confident in himself. However, I do think that when you get certain athletes, and I think some of the great athletes, they all have this. They always feel that it's never good enough. They always feel that somebody is going to challenge them. Brady talked about this, right? Because of the way Brady was drafted and stuff, he felt every year, even when he was winning, that somebody was going to take his job, that he had to go out and prove himself. He always felt that way, and that really fueled him. And I think Jalen Hurts has some of that in him because he had to prove himself. But I don't take that as insecure. Don't think Jalen Hurts is insecure at all. I think Jalen Hurts is very confident in himself, very comfortable. And when he says, he has physical limitations, what are his physical limitations? People keep talking about Jalen Hurts' physical limitations. What are they? That he's a great superior athlete, that he's extremely strong, that he can run, he's fast, he's smart, that he can throw the ball. People say he can't throw the ball, he can't throw the ball. I don't know. I watched him last year. He didn't have any problem making any throws. I don't know what they're talking about, physical limitations. His size? I don't get it. I think I think those are very bad choice of words. I think certain athletes are just built different. They want to win, they're ultra competitive, and if they feel that they were slighted, especially in the draft situation, which I think Jalen Hurts did, I think, of course, he is going to have a chip on his shoulder every year. He's going to feel like he has to go out and prove himself. That's okay. It's okay to have that edge. That's the edge that Tom Brady talked about having, and that's the edge that other guys have. You should never feel totally comfortable, relaxed. You don't want that. You don't want to be content, because contentment then, it breeds sometimes entitlement. It breeds maybe less work ethic. You have to have a mindset that you have to get better every year, that you have to prove yourself every year. There's nothing wrong with that, but that is not insecurity. That is not insecurity at all. So I just think he probably had a bad choice of words, because I think it's a bad choice of words. And if he really thinks he's the most insecure athlete in Philly, well, Jalen Hurts, he doesn't show it to me at all. He shows to be very confident, but a very hard worker, very motivated, and, a chip on his shoulder with something to prove. And I wouldn't change anything about that. He's got the edge that he needs to be a winner. And really, to me, that's a difference from him, Dak Prescott, and these other guys. Jalen Hurts is motivated. Jalen Hurts wants to get better. These other guys often act like they've arrived. Jalen Hurts hasn't done that. And true great quarterbacks, in my opinion, they act like they haven't arrived. Tom Brady did it for years. He always had a chip on his shoulder. He had 2-3 rings, and the dude's talking about, he feels like he has to go prove himself. There's nothing wrong with that at all. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's Howie Vision. We're all just living in it. I'm about done with superhero movies. I'm about done with them, okay? I can't do it anymore. I can't do it. They all stink. Marvel stinks. I'm sorry, it does. And DC stinks. It does. They just came out a few years ago with the whole Snyder cut of the Justice League. That was fantastic. Give me the second part of that. Give me the second part of that. No, they're going to get away with it and erase the whole thing. Totally stinks. Marvel, I don't even want to watch any Marvel stuff anymore. Okay, it's so bad. We need like new characters. We need new comics. We need un-Marvel, un-DC stuff. We need it new. You know what I mean? We need new stuff. Rippaverse is out there. I got myself ISOM 1, going to get ISOM 2. Maybe that's what we need. We need independent comics. We need independent new characters, because they're destroying Marvel and DC. Denzel Washington out.